Hello and welcome, my name is Hayley, and if you are here you've joined me for another Pick a Card Tarot reading. Messages from your beloved deceased pet, could be a pet from your childhood, any time throughout your life or even recently departed. So we're going to do Pick a Feather again, and in a slightly different order today. So we have the owl feather, the crow feather and the cockatoo feather. So pick your pile now, 1, 2 or 3. So I'm going to use the Soul's Journey Lesson Cards by James Van Praagh. First of all, and Messages from Heaven Oracle, and I've thoroughly shuffled the cards before I did this reading. The Angels Whispers cards. Oh, hello Sasha. This is our cat Sasha. Say hello. Yes, you very much like feathers, don't you? So speaking of feathers, my beloved dog Wolfie, who recently passed away, has been leaving me these little grey feathers, downy feathers, on my walks. So I still go on the walks that we used to go on, and in all the places that she used to stop, she now leaves me one of those little feathers. So she was an Alaskan Malamute, a double-coated dog. And as you can see on top, it's black and white, but her fur underneath that she used to shed was this grey downy colour, the same as these feathers. And so it's quite a beautiful sign from her. So that's why I'm using the feathers again. So we'll do the Angels Whispers cards. Oh, Sasha, come on. We're going to do a reading. So you got to go down there. The Heaven and Earth Tarot. And the cards that I've written out. So I've recently became an animal Reiki master. So I got my human Reiki master certificate in 2016. But since Wolfie passed away and I wanted to dedicate my life to animals now as her legacy, I have transferred it over to animal Reiki. So yeah, I just got qualified the other day in that. So, if you haven't done so already, pick your pile. Owl, crow, cockatoo. Let's go. So, we'll do the cockatoo feather first. Another sign I've been getting lately is that I will hear Wolfie barking in the distance. Not just like, I can tell the difference between whether it's an actual dog barking or hearing her bark on the astral realm. When I hear her bark on the astral realm, it's very faint, it's far away, but I can still tell that it's like in our immediate neighbourhood where we used to walk. The other thing she'll do is project her voice through living dogs. And I'll hear the neighbourhood dogs bark and they will sound just like her. So she had a very particular bark, a very recognisable timbre and tone of her bark. Excuse me. And I've been hearing it everywhere lately. And it sort of gives me peace to know that she's not trapped here in this house with me. She's not earthbound here with me. You know, she is actually a spirit that's crossed over, and she has the ability to run free and play in our neighbourhood. It's like, I'm just over here, Mummy. I'm I'm not gone anywhere. And that actually gives me a lot of peace. So the first card we have is surrender. I can release my need to control. Yeah, when you lose your pet, you feel like you have lost control. You feel like, you are yourself spinning out of control. But, more often than not, it was a situation that we had no control over. We didn't want it to happen this way. We didn't want it to end. Oftentimes we didn't want it to end that way. We wish it had been, we really wish they had just gone peacefully in the night and died of old age. But unfortunately, that's not the case with all of our animals. So, we need to relinquish that control. We need to surrender and go with it. The more you try to fight against it and be in denial and be angry at the world and, spend endless times trying to find the answers to unanswerable questions about the situation, the more it hinders your progress. The only way to get through it is to actually surrender to it. So with grief, it's something that you can't sidestep. You can't hide from it. You have to face all of it head on, as uncomfortable as it is. And, this is something that all of us have to go through. No matter how spiritual we are, there's no easy way out. There's no quick fix. There's no 5-minute meditation that's going to help you through it. I'm sorry, I don't have the magic words for it. But the only thing I can say is once you start facing it head on, surrender to it, allow the feelings to come, allow them to come through you. So the way I like to see it is when these feelings come, and I'm still in the process of grieving, it's only been 5.5 weeks or 6 weeks tomorrow, I'm still very much in the process of grieving, and the way I see it is, you can't go under it, you can't go over it, you can't go through it, you can't go around it. You can't go over it, under it, or around it, but you've got to let it go through you. So it's about allowing it to come, surrendering to it. Let it go straight through you. Oftentimes we try to think of uncomfortable thoughts as like clouds and let them pass by, and, that's what we're often told in meditation, but the way I see it with grief is that we have to allow it to pass through us. We have to be open and willing to feel those thoughts and feelings as they pass completely through us. And we have to be open to it. It's the only way to get to the other side, is to feel every single one of those feelings, every one of those hurts, emotions, all of it. Feel all of it. Be vulnerable. Be open to it. I am still able to help you in an even more powerful scale as I ever could. You just have to ask. Yeah. Your pet is now, I get blown away, absolutely blown away by what Wolfie can do now as a spirit. She's no longer confined to that dog body, to those lower frequencies. She can do so much more now. Some of the signs she's left me, like how she leaves me the little feathers in the precise locations where she stops. Like yesterday when I went for my walk, she had left one little feather in each of the places where she used to stop and sniff or stop and pee, or just places of interest to her. And then I crossed the road where we would always cross the road, and there was this house near the corner that has a big metal gate, and you could hear that there was 2 dogs behind this gate, and they would always bark at Wolfie whenever we walked past this house. Well, instead of leaving 1 feather at that house, she left 20 feathers, or something like that. It was as if to say, I'm showing you my places of interest, and this place is very interesting to me. This was very much a place of interest to me. So it's like I'm figuring out her language now, but it's so amazing. I'm so blown away by what she's capable of doing now. And, I know that she can help me with other things as well. I know that she's helping me with other things. Like, I've just signed up for a new car. She helped me with that. It's funny because I'm getting a brand new Suzuki Swift hybrid. And I never thought about getting a Suzuki Swift before. And it just came into my head one day and I went straight to the Suzuki dealer and bought one. Signed up for it. And then I was thinking about it and I was going for our walk and I realised that there was a few Suzuki Swifts on our usual walk areas that Wolfie would stop and she would always sniff the Suzuki Swift. Like, I really feel like she chose that car. I know it's weird, it's bizarre, but yeah. So I'm getting a little black Suzuki Swift hybrid, which my pink personalised license plates will look pretty cool on, I reckon. So the Angel's Whispers card, we have 1616, willpower. Things may feel out of sync and not within your control, which is what we were saying with the first card. Things feel like they're out of control. The whisper of the divine is asking that you remember that you are being supported and that your will is your superpower. So you are being supported, which goes along with the second card. Just ask, and they will help you. This feels like it's out of control, so ask. Ask your pet for help to get you through this. You'll be surprised at what they're actually capable of. We just need to be open to it. And we have the Nine of Swords here. Despair and cruelty. So I feel like for this particular group of people who've chosen the cockatoo feather, you are deep in despair, you are deep in grief, and your pet is trying to help you. They want you to be open to the possibility of them helping you to get through this. You just have to open to it. You just have to allow them to help you. Symbolic. You may find certain symbols that may stand out to you. Like with me, it's the feathers. You may find something completely different. It could be like 11:11 or, whatever time of day that they passed away, or a particular date that was important, like their birthday or something. Something of symbolic meaning to you will help you to get through this. And when you see it, know that that is them. That is them coming to help you. So if you chose the owl feather, this one is for you. And we have fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Yeah, so everything on earth that we do is here for an experience. It's here for ascension. It's here for growth. Earth is not actually real. I mean, some people call it the Matrix, and it's pretty accurate. Like, we are here as souls. We are not this body, we are not this life. We are here as souls to have an experience. We are the universe experiencing a human life. And it's all about energy and it's all about growth. So when we manage to transmute the energy from the lower base frequencies of fear, guilt, sadness, hate, anger, all those low base fears, jealousies, envy, greed, into higher soul based frequencies of love, truth, acceptance, forgiveness, gratitude. That is called transmutation of energy. And believe it or not, grieving is one of those examples. So grieving is a process that takes us from sadness and guilt and fear and confusion and all those low-based energies. And when we come through it step by step, it's a process that we have to allow us to to walk through. We transmute that energy gradually. This is why it can't be rushed, because it's a process that has to happen. It is the transmutation of the energy that is the purpose of this. So when you come to that place of gratitude for what your pet brought to you, the time that you spent with them, you are thankful for having known them, for having them been in your life, and you wouldn't have it any other way, even if you knew what the outcome was going to be. When you come to that place of gratitude, you have transmuted that energy. When you remember the love that your pet gave you, that unconditional love, you have transmuted it from fear and hurt into love. And when you come to a place of forgiveness for yourself or for others, could be the vet, could be someone who left the door open, could be someone who ran them over, or yourself, you feel like you didn't do enough, or whatever it is. When you come to that place of forgiveness and you've turned it around from guilt or blame, that is the transmutation of energy. That is the purpose of grief. The process of grief. This is why it cannot be rushed. It should not be rushed. It should never ever be rushed. It is in the process of that energy being turned around from the lower vibrational energies into the higher vibrational energies that has that overall benefit to the entire universe. So your grieving process is actually a gift to the universe. You are giving that energy. You are turning it from lower based energies into higher based energies. So just think of it that way. It is so beautiful. Grief is actually a very beautiful process. It hurts like hell. I understand. It hurts so bad. It hurts like hell. But it is actually a good thing. Don't worry, I know how much you love me. Yeah. If you're worried that your pet doesn't know how much you loved them, maybe you're not very expressive with your emotions. Maybe you never actually told them while they were here. They know. They can feel what's in your heart. They know what's in your mind. They understand even if you don't say the words. They never said the words. Here's the thing. They didn't come up to you and say, I love you. Well, some dogs actually can say I love you, but the majority of pets didn't come up to you and say I love you, but you knew. You knew that they loved you. 111, destiny. Follow what you feel. Listen as your intuition helps to guide you to what you are manifesting. The inner whispers are helping you to create all that it is that you desire. Listen, lean in and follow your soul. Yeah. This is part of your path. Everything that we experience, everything that we go through and grow through is for a reason, and it's all energy based. We write these paths before we get here. We all have a soul blueprint in which we follow. And it really all does just come down to energy. And we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is, more of a death card than the death card in tarot. The Ten of Swords is actually the death card. But its ultimate meaning is the darkness before the dawn. Things aren't as bad as what they seem. And that is what death is. It is not the final curtain call. It is not loss. Death is not the ending. Death is just the beginning. We are all energy, and science agrees that energy cannot be created, nor can it be destroyed. It can only change form. And yeah, your connection to your loved pet doesn't end. It doesn't die. Death is an illusion. This card also signifies an illusion. Death is the grand illusion. We are all the universe having an experience. We are all souls that are just here for a short time, but our soul lives on. And we have to understand that. And anyone that doesn't think an animal has a soul, I feel really sorry for them, because they obviously haven't experienced that connection. Talk to me. Yeah. One of the things you may be sad about that you've lost is the ability to talk to them. But that doesn't have to end. You can still talk to them all the time. I do to Wolfie. And, you know, I have done to my dead brother. People see me talking to myself in my car all the time. I'm sorry, but I'm a psychic medium. It's what I do. You know, I talk to the dead. And I talk to my spirit guides. So, you know, if you see me going along in my car and I look like I'm talking to myself, I'm actually talking to the deceased and my spirit guides. So, yeah. Talk to them. So if you've chosen the crow feather, indecision, I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So I'm feeling like you may have an important decision coming up in your life if you've chosen this particular pile and you don't know what to do. It may have something to do with your pet. I'm feeling like this has something to do with your pet, like you could be thinking about selling your house, but you don't want to sell the house because they died in that house or they lived in that house. That was the only house they ever knew. You could be deciding to buy a new car, but you don't want to get a new car because if you get a new car, it won't have their fur in the back seat or their snoot smudges on the windows that you couldn't bear to clean off. Or you could be deciding to get a new pet. Whatever this decision is, you can talk to your pet about it and they will help you. You can ask them for a sign. You can outright ask them, you know, should I buy that new house? Please give me a sign if I should. Should I get that new car? Please give me a sign if I should. You know, you can outright ask them and they will help you. The only thing that I ask from you is to be happy. Know that every time you pray for me, I am praying for this for you. Yeah. Whenever you think of them, they're there with you. It's like a direct line to them. It's like they've got a pager, and when they feel you thinking about them, they instantly come to you. They're there with you. And imagine if every time you were drawn to your person, imagine if you were the pet and every time you came back to your person, they were crying. They were in despair. They were, you know, looking at your photos and wishing for you to come back. And you wanted nothing more than for them to be happy again. You know, you thought that you brought them happiness. And now they're just miserable because you're gone. And, you know, you have to try to find a way to get back to that happy self again for them. You know, sometimes it's easy to get into that feeling of, I need to be miserable for the rest of my life to prove how much I loved them. They don't want you to do that. They don't want you to martyr your life for them. They loved the happy you, the silly you, the funny you. That's what they absolutely adored about you. And they want to see that again. They miss that. So if it takes getting another pet, or moving to a new house, or getting a new job or a new car, or whatever it is that you're trying to decide on, that will make you happy and you're feeling guilty about it, you're feeling, well, I don't deserve to be happy, They're saying, please do that because I want to see you happy again. Do that for me. Please do that for me. Don't be miserable for me because that's not for me. Be happy for me. 888, abundance. Blessings are here and more are on the way. Let yourself feel the abundant flow of prosperity that is all around you. As you stand in your higher self, you attract all that you once were seeking. Giving is always the doorway to success. This is your confirmation. This is your yes. If you've been sitting there and saying to yourself, I don't deserve to be happy because my pet's not here. I don't deserve this new opportunity because my pet's not here to have it. I don't deserve to be happy with a new pet because I feel guilty for my other pet. This is your big fat yes. They're telling you to do it. The lovers, they want you to love again. They know that you've got a lot of love to give. They know that if you got another pet, that it's not a substitute for them, that you're not replacing them. They have their own personalities and quirks and ways, and you'll never replace them, and they know that. Love is infinite. You can love as many as you please. You'll never run out of love, and they understand that. And they understand that there's animals that need your love just as much as you need it. And they want you to be happy again. They want to see you happy. And if it takes getting a new pet to do that, they want you to do that. Orb. They may leave you a sign. I said before, ask for a sign about this decision. You may even see their orb. If you get that little chill on the back of your neck, or the temperature suddenly changes to hot or cold, or you just sense something, you sense a spirit nearby, get out your phone and start recording. Press record. Because we can't always pick it up with our human eyes, but oftentimes our phone or our camera will. So if you're sensing something, if you're sensing a spirit nearby, get out your phone and press record. You may find an orb. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there for today. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. See you next time.